When we return, we track test the first true performance machine from Lexus. And we put Renault's latest people carrier, the impressive Grand Scenic, through its paces.
If only everything stopped as quickly as tyres from Continental, engineered in Germany.
Lexus is a brand that oozes luxury and exclusivity. It was created by parent company Toyota to take on the best Europe can offer, and it's always been associated with upmarket, upper echelon motoring. But now Lexus has added a new attribute: hardcore performance. Leading the Lexus assault on the performance sedan sector is the IS-F, a mean if not so lean fighting machine based on the IS-250. But while the normal IS is a sleek and rakish compact luxury car, the IS-F is all bulging muscles and prize fighter attitude. It's also the first Lexus to bear the F designation, heralding the birth of a performance sub-brand that will become to Lexus what M is to BMW, RS is to Audi, and AMG is to Mercedes-Benz. As such, the IS-F has some serious rivals to contend with, specifically the BMW M3, the Mercedes C63 AMG, and Audi's now discontinued RS4. The IS-F certainly looks the muscle car part. Those flared wheel arches and big air intakes give it a menacing, almost ominous look. Compared to Lexus's usual obsession with chrome, this car is almost completely devoid of bright work. The front grille and lower air intake boast a dark honeycomb finish, while there's also a deeper, more aggressive front air dam. Extended sills along the sides accentuate the IS-F's crouching stance, while large 19-inch forged aluminium wheels fill the bulging wheel arches to the brim. The fat performance tyres measure 225/40 ZR19 in front and 255/35 ZR19 at the rear. Twin sets of stacked oval exhausts add visual interest to the otherwise disappointingly unassuming rear, with only the deeper apron of the bumper and a subtle lip spoiler indicating the IS-F's performance aspirations. But on the move, the IS-F certainly looks every inch the muscle car, while the snarling exhaust note adds further head-turning appeal. Even so, the IS-F retains its focus on luxury and comfort, as the cabin proves. The theme of understatement continues in the interior, which is both sober and sporty. Black very much the overriding colour, this ebony hide on the seats, also the dark dashboard, and the only jarring note are these bright inlays which introduce a surprising element of bling. However, the overall effect is both comforting and very upmarket. In true Lexus fashion, quality is peerless and tangible, while the standard equipment list is absolutely full house, with nothing left on the options list. That's in stark contrast to the IS-F's rivals, where almost everything the Lexus offers as standard is an added cost option. Thus, included in the Lexus price is hard disk drive navigation with a touchscreen display, a 14-speaker Mark Levinson sound system with iPod and USB ports, keyless entry and operation, a multifunction steering wheel, electric adjustment for the seats, steering column, sunroof, windows and mirrors, a reverse camera, parking sensors, Bluetooth connectivity and cruise control. Accommodation is generous in front and adequate for 2 adults at the rear, although those big sports seats rob some legroom at the back. Still, this is a true 4-seater 4-door sedan, and the boot will swallow a useful 378 litres of luggage. Talking of litres, you'll find 5 litres under the bonnet, contained in a high-tech all-aluminium V8 engine. Key features of this engine: Yamaha cylinder heads with variable valve timing and a forged crankshaft. Maximum power comes to 311 kilowatts, maximum torque 505 Newton meters. If that sounds impressive, wait until you hear what the IS-F sounds like in anger. The big V8 is redlined at 6,800 RPM and drives the rear wheels via an automatic 8-speed gearbox. It's a smooth and ultra-refined transmission with quick-shift manual mode and shift paddles on the steering wheel column. It even blips the throttle on downshifts. However, despite its lightning-fast shifts and instant responses, the gearbox is one of the IS-F's disappointments. This car only needs 6 ratios, and a manual box with a nice meaty action would suit the rest of the car's persona so much better. But the paddle shifts work well enough, allowing the driver to keep both hands on the wheel, and with the absence of the clutch, it's simple enough to left foot brake. The car is in its element in a racetrack like here at Kyalami, where it has loads of urge across the rear range and steering that's razor sharp. The IS-F is no slouch in performance terms. It dashes from 0 to 100 in 4.8 seconds, and here's a surprise. Lexus has raised the top speed bar by allowing the IS-F to run to 270 km an hour before the limiter intervenes. So yes, the IS-F is fast, but it is so composed and so easy to drive that the experience can seem a little anodyne. Only at the very limit, with the chassis extended to the max, does the Lexus roll up its sleeves, remove its tie, and translate the full extent of the dynamic experience. By the same token, this Lexus can be driven like any normal IS250 in full auto mode without raising an eyebrow. Thus you get 2 cars for the price of one, the swift luxury sedan and the no-holds-barred street-fighting muscle car. The choice is yours. And it's a difficult choice. It's true to say that the IS-F will provide more day-to-day driving pleasure to more drivers than any of its rivals. But for the performance enthusiast, the car simply might not be edgy enough, even though it's a very fast car indeed. Bottom line, the Lexus IS-F is the ultimate all-rounder, a muscle car that can be as civilized or as wild as its driver demands, and that's the most impressive attribute of all.
A healthy, high-revving V8 with plenty of muscle and torque is a worthy heart for the IS-F and delivers on its performance promise while still achieving surprising refinement. The result is an understated muscle sedan that offers a convincing all-round package. However, it may end up being too understated for some. It demands a proper dual-clutch gearbox as well.